Hey dude, 916 here, and I have a Japanese lunchbox. That's what this is. It was actually brought from Japan by my aunt years ago, and one day she happened to give it to me. It's a pretty interesting contraption. It has 3 different layers with a lid on top, and I'm told that they would use like 1 layer for rice or something like that. But either way, my aunt, she gave this to me, and I have found out that it works really well for knives and a few other items. So today I'm going to go through my knife collection that I keep in this lunchbox. Okay, so this is absolutely not all of my knives, but this is a lot of my knives, and I keep pretty much most of my knives that I use in this box because they're easy to get to, and so I keep a lot of the knives I like to keep on hand in here. So I'm just going to take the top off and we're going to go through what's in the top. So first we have a US mess knife that's been modified not by me but somebody else. I made a sheath for it, and I really like this knife, and I carry it sometimes. This is a Buck Maverick. This is a Chinese made version. It has the plastic sheath without the belt loop because it breaks off. I've got to fix that sometime. Here I have a Buck 110. I love this knife. This is a really great knife, and I really enjoy this knife, so I've got that in there. I have this knife given to me by a friend of mine. It's made by Faulkner. It's a Chinese made knife, I believe, but it's very cool. Isn't that cool? It's gold, and it says freedom right on the blade. It's got an eagle, so it's pretty cool. I have this old timer. This is a really nice old timer. It's made in the US. It's an older old timer, and this thing is just fantastic. It was given to me by the same friend that gave me this knife, actually. Okay, next I have an old timer sheath knife. This came in a set. I actually really like this knife. It's a really good old timer. Chinese made, but I like it, and it's a pretty good EDC knife. I've noticed that most sheath knives that I do actually carry are about this size. Next, this is a knife that I blacksmith myself out of a horseshoe, and a sheath that I made for it. Next, I have this SRM knife. This is a really cool knife. I really like it. A friend of mine in Michigan gave this knife to me, and I really like it. It's made in China, but it's a fairly quality knife. Next, I have my Lightning OTF. I have this Colonial Stockman that I bought at a flea market for $1. American made, very nice. I believe that this is a Colonial too, made in the US, an old camp knife. Here is a really nice little Congress. You don't see Congress much. This is made by Boker. It's an old knife. Really nice. I really like it. I have a couple pennies in here from various places. I have an old timer trapper that was in here. I have a case trapper. I am a big fan of a trapper. Probably my favorite classic style. So this is an American made case. I have a Rough Rider. My parents gave this to me for Christmas a couple years ago. This is a medium toothpick. You don't see larger toothpicks much, and a medium toothpick is a perfect carry size. Here is a large toothpick made by Imperial. I'd always wanted a large toothpick. I need to do a video on this, but really like it. Made in America. Really nice knife. Here is I forget what the name of this is. This is the larger Victorinox. It has the standard size blade, but it's the one with scissors and a saw. I can't remember. The Huntsman is the one, I believe, just like this with the screwdriver. This has the corkscrew. So I think it's a Fieldmaster maybe. This is a Victorinox. This is actually a graft knife. This very unusual looking blade is made to graft plants and trees. So I bought this at a flea market, I think, a couple years ago, maybe a pawn shop. I have my Walmart watch in here. I don't wear a watch much, but that's the watch I have. I have a Rough Rider cotton sampler. Cotton sampler is a very unique knife design that I really like. I have a Victorinox. I believe, I can't remember the style of this either. But it's a very nice little knife. I would call it a pen knife. It has this smaller blade, then it has the even smaller blade. I love this knife. I need to carry it more. I really like it. It needs to be cleaned up. I bought it off eBay. I have a lighter that I think I got this for Christmas. And you open it up and it is electronic, which is super cool. Okay, next I have a Kershaw. Again, I'm not really sure which style it is. It's a Chinese made Kershaw from Walmart. A good friend of mine bought this for me. I really like it. It's a really good knife, and you can see it's assisted. Next, a Mossy Oak pocket knife. This is a really cool knife. Again, it's Chinese made, but a lot of these cheaper knives are quality pocket knives. A good friend of mine gave this to me. Next, I have a Joker switchblade here. It's a cheap Chinese version, and it's actually an assisted open, but very cool colors, and it's a cool knife. Next, I have my mini OTF. This knife got a lot of views on a short. It's a very cool knife. Next is a Spyderco box. Let's open it up, and inside is a tiny Spyderco pocket knife. I bought this knife a long time ago. I can't remember how long ago. If I can get it out, there we go. This is a real knife. It's sharp, and it's made well. Just super cool. I had to have it. So that's what's in this little box. And beside it, which is kind of appropriate, I have a mini Opnail pocket knife. I have this number, it's a number 2 Opnail pocket knife. It is so cool. I really like this little knife. I bought it off eBay. I don't think they make these anymore, but kind of matches Spyderco, and again, I mean, it's a quality knife. It doesn't lock like a regular size, but I really like it. It's a really nice knife, and I'm very glad I have it. Next, I have a Wilco USA pair of channel locks, and these are very useful to carry in your pocket. I had an uncle, a great uncle, that used to carry these in his pocket all the time, and so my dad actually gave me these. So that is actually everything in the top. I'm going to take all these knives, put them back in here, and we'll go to the second level of the Japanese lunchbox.